the next question, according to my observations on the treatment solutions, what method will you apply differently that will be environmental friendly in the treatment of oil sludge?
You mean basically for compare with other technologies?
Exactly, compare with other technologies.
Yeah, basically like for example, like this is the material for raw material, this oil sludge, and for other technology they can only focus on some type of the oil sludge. And just now I have mentioned there are so many different types of oil sludge.
Yeah.
And just come back to the material. The first one. Yes, and you can see that this we call that oil sludge, but this most of the material is come out of the water treatment. Yeah, this type is come out from the oil field, the water treatment, because water treatment is it's polluted by the oil and the water and need a lot of the chemicals. The chemicals is very, with the very high and the big molecular, and it's very difficult to break down. So with most of the technology, they couldn't, to make it the breakdown. So that's their disadvantage. They only can very strictly to treat like the tank. The tank bottom, say the soil is that sink finally, and the residue they can do it. But for this sludge, until now, as my understanding, as with our investigation, nobody can do it. The only one way to treat it, just to explosive under the sun and to make it dry, and finally to send to the garbage treatment equipment to burn it. But after burning it, and you can see that it's all the gas, pollution come out. And this is until now, no any technology can make a good environmental friendly way to treat it. This is the problem, and we have already give them a solution. Yes.
Okay. So.
Oh, nice. Yeah, Mr. Lin, we talked about the oil sludge and the process of cleaning up and the treatment process as well. I just want to have an idea of how long does it take at each point to process each treatment.
Yeah. Basically, it's we start from the equipment manufacturing, and we already have some different solution for the equipment. They meet with different types of oil treatment. It's all designing the process package, and this is the first stage. We have to make it work, and until now we have already done it. And for second stage, and we need to do the on-site installment. Yeah, installment. We need to take about nearly one month to fix up everything.
The on-site is in China?
In China, yes.
Okay.
It's even in anywhere.
Okay.
Because all the equipment, you can see that it's a prime equipment. Yeah, we deliver all this equipment is just using the head of the truck and to take it. So this make it easily to deliver. And for this is the typical set of the equipment, and the capacity of the treating is 50 metric tons per day. Per day is with just now I have mentioned is for the investment for this scale of the treatment is from United States is 200 million RMB, but for ours is 20 million. That's the big difference.
Huge difference.
But the result is ours is better than theirs. And for this is our processing is operation is continually. Do not need to stop. And if all the maintenance is we can do this on processing. You don't need to stop it.
Okay.
Oh, nice, thank you.
So, you said your oil, your company, your oil sludge technology is more environmental friendly compared to other companies. So, what are the difference, or what makes your company have a bit more edge compared to other competitors?
With the basically is what's the final result come out.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the most important.
Yeah.
For compare with others, they can only meet up with like 1%, 2% of the oil in the residue. This is the key points for all the other.
Is that like the standard for
That's
all the
standard.
countries? Oh,
Yeah, so like the American standard is 0.3% of the
Okay.
oil, and in China, our using the standard of we call that agricultural soil standard oil, and it's 0.3%. So our ambitious is just one, to set up the standard
Yeah.
for China.
Okay.
This is the for one reason is our advantage is can compete with them. Second reason is with our low cost
Yeah.
and easy operation and safety, safety for
The environment. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, every gigantic project like this always come with its own, challenges. So tell us more about your team. What has been your biggest challenge since you commenced on the journey to this project so far?
So far, we're starting with all the researching group and the equipment group and also the operation group is because I graduate from the oil university. China is oil university, and I work in the oil industry.
So you are not a novice.
From very beginning. So all these people in my team, the major leading management people is always come from my classmates. Yeah. And others from the oil university, and we have all full with the different experience, and we put together. Yes, so the major core leader is academicism. It's also is graduating much earlier time in China, and he has spent a long time in equipment side. It's because for all soil treating is difficult to compare with any other petrochemical material. It's quite difficult to design this with stable and continually moving. Just inside delivery is difficult. So we have the special patterns in the innovation pattern. So that's with our benefit for from the academicism, and also my classmates, they have always with the long-term on-site working, because they have already tried to bring the petrochemical technology for the treating technology. Treating technology is different with the petrochemical, so we put a lot of the petrochemical. Petrochemical technology is more complicated with the environmental, the technology development. So until now, I can see that it's most of the equipment, they only doing like just the oil and water separation. They didn't make any reaction, and also they only do that like burning, burning and separation. And some of them they just focus on biological, like bacteria treating, but it takes a long time, and couldn't to make most of the customers comfortable for the environmental, because there's a smelly and make a lot of problem. But from our team, and we are starting, most of our experience is in petrochemical, and bring petrochemical technology into it, and make it is until now we can say that it's unique. That's why the people they still until now they still do not know how we do it. But this technology is we believe that is a more efficiency way to using the different technology to do this job. And all our team people is we have different from different side, from petrochemical technology, processing technology, and equipment, and also for the final the furnish technology is more, and I think it's one of the one of the three core technology we have. And I can explain one thing for you, make you understanding about why our technology without any competitor. And the furnish is we do it is by our own designing and manufacture in France. China until now couldn't do it, but when we're starting to ask them to manufacture it for us, they say this is no way, nobody can do it. And we just try to tell them, you just do it, follow our design. So they say, after we design, so how can you use it? We told them, you just do it, let us to operate, and finally make it successful. This is one of the three major technologies.
Yes, sir. So moving forward, I'm going to bring emphasis on the capital aspect, which is financing this project.
Yeah.
Of course, is not going to be easy. It's really huge.
Yeah.
So I just want to see if you can buttress a little point on what are your plans at hand on how to finance this project.
Okay. Yeah, thank you very much for asking. This is the majorly, we concern at this stage, and if we want to make it more commercialized and industrialized, and we need money.
Of course, yeah, definitely.
So this is the key points, and we are planning to do it with. We have starting to cooperate with PetroChina and with several listing company and several fund organization. They are very interested in doing it. Like for example, today in this office, and we have the investment company, and they are starting invested in our project. But for the whole development plan, and we have to to find out the proper and economic scale how to start it. So basically we are planning with the 5 sets of the equipment. It's a full set equipment, and with about nearly 100 million RMB.
For one?
Investment. For 5 sets.
Oh, sorry.
For 5 sets.
5 sets of the same
Yes.
plant, or 5
Yeah,
sets.
because we're doing the prime the manufacturing.
Yeah.
So always one set with the
We'll have 5 sets.
yes,
Okay.
and this is 5 pieces.
Yeah.
5 pieces in one set.
One set.
So we need 5 sets.
5 sets, okay.
5 sets.
20 million.
Yes. That's why we are funding for financing for it. 100 million RMB, and we are planning to use 2 or 3 in the existing oil field, and another 1 or 2 in the Daqing oil field, and maybe 1 will be outside of China.
Okay. Brings me to the next question.
Okay, thank you.
So I remember you said that the standard for the US is 0.3,
Yes,
and you're trying to get it, or you already have the 0.3
That's we just reference as a
Okay, as reference.
Yes.
So how reliable is this treatment? Like, you know, like the other countries, they have the problems where it sticks into the pipes or it's not completely finished. So how reliable is your technology compared to others?
Yeah, it's really depends on the standard control in different countries.
Okay.
Yes, like in China, from Xi Jinping become our president. Yes, yeah. And he is put a lot of the controlling and the environmental protection, and they already set the like a criminal law for the disposing of this material. And after he became the president, I already arrested about more than 100 people in China, and sentenced, the longest sentence is to be 12 or 13 years. Yeah, so if you dispose more than 3 metric tons, need 3 years in jail. So this law is very strict. So that's why they have to do it. Now it's that they have to do it. But with the law come out for until now 3 years, and many people they still thinking is whether without knowledge about how painful to do it, and they just starting to fear of the control, and then now they starting oh, I have to pay more, have to pay more. This gradually changing, not immediately. But in some country, like in European country, developed country, they are very strict. So that's why they willing to put a lot of money for it, just to avoid breaking the law. But in some other country, like in Mid East, they normally they just trying to find the economic way and to dispose in some wild area in the desert, deserts, and but still in those areas because of the oil area, will cause a lot of the war. They made it the war, and then they bomb the well, and they bomb the refinery, and they already have made a lot of problems. But we planning is to help them, to work with them to do it, but still sensitive. We're just still waiting the right time to go to do it, and at least we can start doing that. Like in Kuwait, they have the government has already tried to put about the $10 billion to treat all the oil sludge, and then and also they polluted the land, and they have the plan, but difficult to involve immediately. They need to we also for us we need to wait at the right time and to see where the security reason changed, and that's the problem, and we are still waiting. And for in African country already, I heard lots of the example to show that this is very important to make the treatment, oil sludge treatment. The PetroChina in Chad has been compensated about the 430 million US dollar just for the sludge treatment, the pollution. And in Ghana, PetroChina was compensated more than 1.3 billion US dollars compensation.
You mean was compensated or compensated?
Had to pay compensation.
Had to pay. Okay.
They have to pay.
Wow. A lot of money.
In Nigeria,
Especially if they can avoid
Ghana.
it.
Yes.
It's better if they
in
can
Ghana,
avoid
in Nigeria,
Yes.
all the crisis we're having,
But people
in the oil
sometimes
communities,
they do not.
People
they
want the
neglect.
big metal. Right?
Yes,
People want the
yes.
big
So
metal.
any problem come
Just pay
out,
off instead of
so they
fixing it from the beginning.
they have to pay. Like
Right.
Exxon in
Yeah.
Alaska, they have until now it's more than 60 years, they still pay the compensation.
Shell is having
community.
the same problem in Nigeria as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I think they need that. And what is we would like to do it, but they without problem they just want to keep money.
Yeah.
This is the complex thing.
Yeah. I think
So, but your technology compared to the compensation they are paying, I think is a very small.
Yes,
Small.
they hold the company. They just to see in front, not see the future. Yeah, so this is they need to change their minds,
Mindset, yeah.
and they need to put in their business plan how to avoid the environmental protection problem. So this is what we are trying to do. That's why today I would like to attend the interview and to say thank you for your attention and help us to let people know what we are doing.
That's what we are.
Yeah, which actually helps us with the final question. Like, if you get this breakthrough, if you're able to not stop people, but try to persuade people to stop harming the environment, what are your plans or expectations with the stockholders in the oil industry? So if all the people in the oil industry say, okay, fine, no more harming of the environment, what are you going to do from there?
Yeah. For the beginning, we would like just doing the model project just to make it work, to more visible, more convincible, or to show all the data figure to them, and also we are doing that is with the Chinese government together, and just try to make the government the approval for all the standard, and to make it standardized and in China first. This is what we are doing, and already we got the approval from the Environmental Bureau, and next step is just want to promote our technology in PetroChina and the Sinopec. At the same time, we already have to work with the BP. Already have work with the BP China and the BP Global, and they are very interested about how to cooperate with us. But this is economic side. we are talking about the shares, and we are already have talking about the sharing, how to share the joint venture. And for the African country, what is our plan is that we are trying to find the first spot. And first spot is for our in our mind is Nigeria. Because
The giant of Africa.
because Nigeria is the biggest production oil country in Africa, and also the potential the production growing is Nigeria, and also already in Nigeria already caused lots of the environmental problems. So that's why we just trying to find a good gate to just try to squeeze into it. And for many oil companies, the multinational companies, they don't want to pay in the beginning. They don't want to pay a lot of money. They just trying to battle with the government, and just try to to battle with the money in their pocket. They don't want to make it leaking. So this is I believe one thing is that with the people, because nowadays all the media, all the information is more crystal, and the whole the system is can see that it's getting smaller. More people will know something immediately. So the pollution is already impact humans' life, and in the developing country, they have to do something with it. So I believe one thing is that the opportunity will come very soon.
Very soon.
The opportunity is here already.
Yes.
It's how you manage it.
Yes.
Like I think this your product is like a revolution in this industry.
Yes.
You understand? That it will also make them save money
Yes.
and also protect the environment.
Yes.
You understand? So, but it's the way you present it to them.
Yes.
You understand? That will make them pay attention to it. You understand? When you are saving, you said 200 million renminbi
Yeah.
to 20 million renminbi. They have a lot of money to save.
It's a lot. Yeah.
That's
And
quite.
the environment will also get saved. You understand?
Yeah. So with the technology side is for the operation, there's some factor will impact the speed of the spreading. Is you need to have a good training group people. You need to train people, and also in the beginning we need to find out some organization they already meet the painful of the compensation, and they really find we need
They
it.
want to do it
Yeah,
again.
because if they already have doing something without any painful, they just keep it.
They don't care.
They
yeah.
don't care. They're still lazy to find a good way to do it. And I think starting from that is step by step. It takes time, but we should start from some special point.
Okay, please. Another question, maybe out of what they say. You know, oil sectors, we have two main places we can use this technology. One is in the drilling site. The other one is in the refining. You understand? So I want to know if your technology is just for the drilling site or can also be used on the refinery side.
For this technology, especially, depends on what the scale of your designing, and we can cover so many different types of the oil sludge, even like the fiber industry. You know, in fiber industry, they are the oil dust. It's, the only way you can do is burning it and to make the second we can second stage pollution in the air, and but we can do that. But our equipment is big. Is the capacity is 50 tons per day. Yeah. So, but like in refinery, they only have 2 or 3 tons per day. Yeah. So they need to storage there for some time, and then we can help them. But help them is just because of the economic reason. So we need to find a good way, to build a site, to ask them to bring it to the site from different company, and we can doing that. So we need to calculate that is how economic it is, and also like in some company, if their sludge is small, they already ask us to make a smaller one. But smaller one is because if we start this in this scale, and if we already got good income, and we will come up with the smaller scale one, but not this stage.
Oh yeah, yes. So that brings us to the final. Yeah. So I wanted to ask, what economic value does this technology brings to its society? Let's say the Nigerian society.
The first one, I think benefit is we can treat this oil sludge to be harmless listed, and this is according to the standard, like American standard, Chinese standard, is to be the field, to be the farm soil, and this is the most important. Secondly, is with the treatment, it can save money for all the companies. They cost the problem. And third is I think for the company, like with the joint venture company, because they save money, and we earn money, and to find out the gap of the difference.
Yeah.
This is
Balance.
our the company's income.
Yeah, in rounding up, what is the final message, your final message about your expectations to stakeholders?
To take the orders, okay? This is the very important. Without order, what we can do?
Yes.
Yeah, this is our business model is we will not sell the equipment because if we sell it and we will disclose it,
Yeah,
the technology
Yeah.
secret.
Yeah.
So what we are doing is we doing the way we call that BOO model of the business. B is building. BOO.
Model.
Yeah, B is a building,
Okay.
building by ourselves,
Okay.
and O is on the equipment.
Okay.
Own.
Yeah, and the other O is operation. Operation.
Okay,
Operation by
building
ourselves.
owned operation.
Yeah, so this is our way to do the business, and so that's why we need the funding, the money, not because we make the equipment and sell it.
So,
And so that's why we need to fund the money and train people, and even we do it in Nigeria, and we will hire local people, we train them, and we need to pay for the equipment and the training and to manage that.
yeah.
This is our,
Thank you very much.
yeah, thank you very much.
I have
For
a,
your time.
maybe the last question for
Okay, go ahead, go ahead.
for me, and it's like a technological question. You know, from what sludge means, you can have it in water and also in soil. It's a mixture of oil and water and makes it solid.
The sludge is a little bit different with the liquid.
Okay.
You know, in oil field, what is exactly the sludge is like it's a can be floating, but it's full with the soil, the solid material, but still can flow. Yeah, this is also called sludge. But some sludge is dry, like come out from the drilling. Yeah, some is with some accident during the delivery, they speak to the
Soil.
yeah, the ground, and you need to take the oil soil, and that's dry. And also in some site, the people they after they working, they take the gloves and everything put in the garbage site, and that soil, and with the soil together, and those kind is we call them solid. But solid we can still do it, and we can to briefly we have the pre-treatment equipment for first container. Yes, we need to choose that and clean it, and to take the iron bar and the gloves and we will clean it and to choose it and clean it and separate, and this is our first stage of the treatment. And after that, and then we move to second stage, and so what kind of sludge we don't care, and even it's more dry and more liquid. Yeah, but not water. Water treatment is water treatment need lots of the chemicals like polymer. They normally using the very big moleculars. What kind is I forgot about the name, because very long name of the material is it also come out from a petrochemical factory, and they use that in the water and just absorb the oil and to collect it together. But those kind of the sludge, it looks like can flow, but it's just like something like clothes. Yes, they couldn't make it dry because they full with the bacterial body and dyed body. the bacterial coughing needed. And they have with about 70 to 80% of the water contents. And this is very difficult to treat. And now the most company, they do it, the refinery, petrochemical company, they do it is just hiding somewhere under the sun, to dry it, and to make it the very smelly around the corner. But with our technology, we don't care, just put it in.
Okay, you also treat that one?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Just because of the economic scale, we can do it.
Very good. So now, you get to my question now. The final part of the separation or the final part of your technology,
Yeah.
I mean the residue of
yeah.
how do you manage it?
For
You
the
put it back to the soil or?
this is the very sensitive question, and also during do any project you have to meet with this is the final without the like the people when you eat it you need to do something. Yeah, so this is the depends on the project, is a governmental project or the private the project, and when they're setting up the project, they already normally would have to do the environmental evaluation process, and already have normally they already have the figures in the project, the approval, the documents in the approval, they have to have that. Without this, and this project could not be approvable. So this is normally the issue by the owner of the project, not for us. Yeah, so, but we will help them to make the volume as low as possible. Yeah, and also, we just try to make all the residues how to reuse for something else. And at this moment is that we already have started for making lots of the more value stuff. Once after our treating is all the molecular is very tiny, very tiny. So we can use that for the bacterial's growing bed, and we're using that, and then that's very good for the water treatment system. So this is one purpose can be used. Yeah, and also it can be used for the cement industry. Yes. So we already have lots of the different ways to use it.
I think you have to have it as a chain. You understand? It will look more attractive to the mass.
Yeah, basically we already have the plan and also starting doing the job, the work, and but before successful, we need to get enough figure and enough convincible information, and then we can put in open information.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Lin. The last one, for the purpose of getting an accurate information about this project, and for the purpose of our translators, because each edition of the magazine is in English, Chinese, and French.
Okay.
Can you briefly tell us about this project in Chinese?
In Chinese?
Yes.
Okay, it's for the economic side.
And explain to us how it can attract investors, stakeholders.
I speak in Chinese.
Yes,
Okay.
purely.
Okay. 因为像我们做这个就是微游离处理的项目，是解决了所有的国家、所有的石油公司环境保护的深层次的最难解决的这个问题，同时就保证了就企业的在环保方面的安全，同时节约了经费，同时呢能够给很多石油公司带来一个稳定的一个那个处理这个微游离的一个头疼的一个事情。完了，最关键的问题呢，就是我们这里面是低成本、高效率，同时还是技术方面呢，现在还没有竞争对手，所以整个操作下来的话，我们一个是时间周期短，投资省，同时能达到所有的 coal that we consume. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We appreciate your having us.
Oh, okay, thank you very much.
And